everyone, and welcome to the channel. Today I'll be discussing 5 amazing westerns that you must see. Now these 5 movies aren't in any particular order. They're just ones that you must check out if you appreciate the western genre. So I feel that these movies are really the personification of the western. I think these are westerns that you really should see at least once in your lifetime. They're very entertaining. They have great music scores, but they all have fantastic performances by their lead actors and the supports, and these directors are really on fire. Now, I'm not going to go heavy on the plot details of these films, but I'll tell you just enough that will hopefully make you want to check them out. So all of these movies have great casts, great filmmakers behind them, and they explore fascinating aspects of the West. There's loads of action, loads of excitement, and you have to see them at least once. So let's get on with the countdown now, shall we? Now, this is a film that came out in 1960. It has a fantastic Elmer Bernstein film score. It really is majestic. It's directed by John Sturges, who really is a stalwart when it comes to westerns. It's wonderfully shot. But what this film really has going for it is a wonderful cast, and they have 7 marvelous actors portraying this magnificent bunch. We have Yul Brynner, we have Steve McQueen, we have James Coburn, we have Charles Bronson, we have Brad Dexter, we have Robert Vaughn, and we have the young guy of the bunch, Horst Buchholz. So there's really 7 fantastic actors here. They populate this film, and we have one big bad guy in this, Eli Wallach, a really menacing bandit. And basically this film is about a Mexican bandit that is harassing and destroying this small little town. And they decide to go and look for some help, and they come across Yul Brynner and Steve McQueen, and they ask for the help of these seasoned gunslingers to come and save their little town. A very simplistic setup, but a very well executed western. So The Magnificent Seven is an amazing western that you just must see. From the cast to the music score to the general storyline, it's really involving. You go on the adventure with these 7 gunslingers, and you're really behind these guys, wanting them to save this Mexican village. There's a lot of character development, and you actually feel for all 7 men involved. So it has a wonderful script and some delicate performances. This movie has action, suspense. It has bursts of comedy in it. Everyone does their bit, and it is just a must-see western. So make sure you check out The Magnificent Seven. So let's take a look now at number 4 on the list, and we have The Wild Bunch. This is a film that came out in 1969. It's directed by Sam Peckinpah, and it treaded new ground back then. This is a film that is violent, but it is also a movie about friendship and a group of guys banding together. It explores themes of the changing of times. It really is a movie that packs a wallop, and it has to be seen to be believed. There's a lot of slow motion photography in this. It has these balletic action moments and death scenes, but the cast is just so magnetic. We have Robert Ryan, we have William Holden, we have some supporting roles with Ernest Borgnine, L.Q. Jones. The cast just goes on and on. Everyone does their bit. The Wild Bunch is a fascinating movie. These characters really grow on you. It's a long film, but it just doesn't skip a beat. It draws you in, it holds you. The performances are at times nuanced, And I just really like William Holden in the leading role. I think he's great. And Robert Ryan is great as well. There is just so much to enjoy with this movie. And I think Peckinpah really had it laid out well. I think he knew that he had a wonderful story to tell. He knew that he cast this intricately. He's just got it spot on with these guys. And he knew that once it came to those action sequences, he was going to give us a taste of Western flavours that we'd never experienced before. And he does take some of that action into a terrain that hadn't been explored before on the screen. It was deemed controversial. And this is a movie that was right on the cusp of the changing of the West. It's the changing of the times. And these guys are aging, and it's kind of like their last stand. So it's a film about friendship, and it's a really dramatic, exciting one. This is a very full throttle Western with a lot of deep themes going on. It's wonderfully shot. It's intense. It's action-packed. It's very layered with drama. There's some real character building here. There's a really wonderful set piece where they blow up a bridge. This is what you would call a real men's Western. There's a camaraderie there with these guys, and they'll do anything to save each other. So it's an intense movie and a very exciting Western. So The Wild Bunch has it all and then some. It's just a Western that'll blow you away. Number 3 on my list is Rio Bravo. This is a John Wayne Western from 1959. It also stars Dean Martin and Walter Brennan. We even get Ricky Nelson, yes, the rock and roll star from the 50s. He's in this film. We also get a beautiful Angie Dickinson in one of her first film roles. The cast is fantastic. It really is a wonderful Western. And Rio Bravo has a wonderful script. It just zings along and keeps you watching. It's basically a group of guys hanging out in this jailhouse, and we get to spend 2 hours or so with them. This is a movie that just marinates gradually, and you get swept up with these characters and go along for the ride, and it's really an enjoyable one. So this movie does at times feel like a bit of a hangout film. There is a moment there where Ricky Nelson gets to sing, and Walter Brennan, who's a great character actor, he gets to steal many of the film scenes. He is just spot on with his performance. And Dean Martin plays this tortured alcoholic. John Wayne, it's definitely one of his better performances. He is really good in this role. He's stoic, strong, but also charismatic. And he has some wonderful chemistry with Brennan, Dean Martin, and Ricky Nelson. Or we'll get a nice moment between John Wayne and Angie Dickinson, and there's plenty of great moments between them. They all play off each other so well. Ricky Nelson really steps it up. He plays a wonderful little role. I think he has a very agreeable screen presence. And I also enjoy Ricky Nelson as a singer, so in some ways he can do no wrong. But there's just a wealth of interesting characters here. They're likeable, and you learn bits about their past. You get to understand them, their motivations. And Rio Bravo, for me, is just such a feel-good movie. I just like hanging out with these characters. And I've heard over the years that Rio Bravo is one of Quentin Tarantino's favourite movies. Sometimes it's his favourite. Other times he will change it to a different Western that is actually on this list. But more about that later. But Rio Bravo is a really solid movie. It gets you in, it holds you, you enjoy spending time with these characters, and there's a payoff at the end. So it's a 2 hour and 20-minute movie that does a lot of character building. There's action, there's comedy, there's a bit of a sing-along, and it has the intense action when needed. So I just look at Rio Bravo as a full-tilt blast. It's one of Howard Hawks' greatest Westerns, and it's just so enjoyable. And if you want to see a cool John Wayne movie, Rio Bravo is it. Now, number 2 on my list is Once Upon a Time in the West. This is a Sergio Leone spaghetti western. It came out in 1968. It stars Claudia Cardinale, Charles Bronson, Henry Fonda, and Jason Robards. It has a wonderful cast. It has a wonderful music score, and the cinematography is just breathtaking. Those close-ups of Claudia Cardinale's face, those majestic shots of the landscapes, the township, the train. I mean, it has it all. It really is an entertaining film. It's a lengthy movie. It's the perfect movie to watch on a rainy day. It's full of character building. It's suspenseful. There's some really unsettling action moments. It's a revenge tale. It's just beautifully shot, wonderfully acted. The score is fantastic. And it's one of those westerns that you just must see in your lifetime. We also get a couple of little cameos from Jack Elam, Woody Strode in the opening sequence. And this is a movie that just builds and builds and builds. And it just really has a majestic, suspenseful story to tell. And it has that backdrop of the railroad coming into the United States. And it has so many intriguing characters, one of which is Henry Fonda as a villain. You have never seen him this nasty before. It really is against type. And in many ways, you may think it wouldn't work, but it does work. Leone gets a really interesting performance out of Fonda. And in Once Upon a Time in the West, Charles Bronson is essentially playing the Clint Eastwood man with no name character. And he just really slips into that effortlessly. It's just a tailor-made role for Bronson. He is just so cool, and he has that inbuilt strength. And he's there sometimes on the sidelines, and you think, what is he going to do next? And meanwhile, we get all these majestic close-ups of Claudia Cardinale, who is just a wonderful actress, and she has such a striking look. And Leone took it for all it's worth, but it just lent itself to a very lyrical, majestic western. And Once Upon a Time in the West is just a magnificent western in almost every aspect of filmmaking. It just has a lot of layers. It has a lot to discover. And the more it ticks along, you just get swept up in the emotion of it all. So it's a revenge tale, and it's a tale of changing times, and it's a tale of the railroad, and it just has wonderful leading roles. So Cardinale, Bronson, Robards, and of course Fonda, they all do their little bit to make Once Upon a Time in the West a must-see western. Now, we've made it to number 1 on my list, and it's another Sergio Leone film. This Italian filmmaker really had it all in the 1960s. He had such a drive to get these films made, and The Good, the Bad and the Ugly is the 3rd movie in the Clint Eastwood Dollars trilogy. Now, the famous character of the man with no name, Eastwood portrays him better than ever in this 3rd film. I mean, really sometimes as sequels move along, you do a number 1, you do a number 2, and there's diminishing returns. But by this 3rd film, this was an epic. The Good, the Bad and the Ugly is just an epic western in every sense of the word. And Clint Eastwood nails his role. We also have a fantastic performance by Eli Wallach as Tuco. He is just a ruthless bandit. And we get the menacing Lee Van Cleef as Angel Eyes. I mean, just one look from this guy and he'll be set in stone for life. But this film just has an amazing cast. Eastwood, Wallach and Van Cleef. The cinematography is majestic. The film score is second to none. The music in this movie, I'm sure everyone has heard these little riffs of the good, the bad, and the ugly on commercials or in other movies. It is one of the most famous pieces of film music ever. Ennio Morricone just nailed it. It's just a wonderful film score, and this is just an amazing movie. It's a movie that runs for around 3 hours in length, and it's one of those films that will just hold you from the first frame to the end. It just does not skip a beat. It has everything you want in a Western. It's action-packed, it's funny, it has some great shootouts, it has a lot of suspense, and it has so much style. Leone was just a master in style, and this film is one of the most stylish Westerns you'll ever see, but it also has some wonderful characters, and it tells a very intriguing story. It's a movie about greed. It's very dramatic, it's intense, it's wonderfully shot, it's beautifully scored, and the performances are amazing. Eli Wallach is just having the time of his life in this role. The scene there where he's chained up and he's trying to, get the handcuffs off him and the train comes past. And we have all those moments between Eastwood and Wallach when Eastwood puts Wallach up for bait and they're about to hang him and he shoots the rope. All of those moments are just funny, fresh and original. And we have that Fret there by Lee Van Cleef, and he is just such an imposing character with a wonderful look. And Leone just knew how to shoot these films. There's those wonderful close-ups, that use of music, that style. It is just breathtaking. The Good, the Bad and the Ugly is a movie that has to be seen at least once in your lifetime, but I'm sure it won't stop there. The Good, the Bad and the Ugly is just one of the most unique films ever made, and it is just so wonderfully entertaining and rewatchable. This is a film that you'll see once and you'll go, I just want to see it again. And when you see it again, make sure you see it on the big screen if you can. It looks fantastic. I really think it's a film you need to experience. If you get a chance to see it in a home cinema or on the big screen, it's just a film screaming out for you to say, watch me in the best version possible. So if you get a chance, even watch the extended cut. There's an extended cut out there. It's just as good as the theatrical cut. They're one in the same, really. Now, The Good, the Bad and the Ugly is also one of Quentin Tarantino's favourite films. In fact, sometimes he says it's his favourite film, other times he chooses Rio Bravo. I think they kind of fluctuate on the day, but this is a movie that many people will have you believe is one of the greatest films ever made, and I think it's one of the most entertaining films. It's a wonderful Western, and I can't say enough good things about it. So that just about does it. 5 amazing Westerns that you must see. And tell us your favourite in the comments below, and also let me know if you're going to check out some of these recommendations. And it'd be great to hear from you if you get around to seeing these films. I'd like to know your feedback. Tell me what you think. And tell me if you think I've chosen 5 Westerns that really do it. I hope you've enjoyed this little countdown. And thanks for watching. And I'll see you all again very soon. Take care.